Welcome to Faithful Hearts Equine Learning Services instructional video series. In today's video, we're going to be talking about tying a quick release knot and some points to consider when you're grooming the horse to get him ready for a session. So first of all, when you've got your horse caught and you're bringing him into the barn, you're going to want to make sure you know where the designated tying areas are. Normally, we're going to have hitching rings at certain locations in the barn that are the designated tying areas. They look a lot like this. So we've got a ring up here. You could tie to any of these three rings, an old snaffle bit attached to the hitching ring, and I'll show you how we use that for safety. So first of all, I just want to point out that we should never tie a horse to a gate or a wooden fence board, a T-post, a wire fence, anything that the horse could pull over or break if it would happen to pull back. Always consider safety first. So horses should be tied to sturdy objects only, or a hitching ring attached to a wall, a very sturdy post, things like that. Okay, so the knot that I'm going to show you today is called a quick release knot. And I'm just going to use the bottom ring to show you the knot. So generally, we want to tie the horse at a horse's eye level. Shouldn't be any lower than that. And you're going to want to leave the length of rope no longer than your arm. And that is for safety, so they can't get their head over the rope. Okay, so here you can see that that is about the length of my arm. I'm going to put a twist with a loop. So that's going to be in my left hand. I'm going to put it across this rope, and now I'm going to hold the loop in my right hand, make another loop with my left hand, put that loop into the first loop, and pull the whole thing tight. Okay, so it looks something like this. When you pull this end of the rope, the whole thing will come out. Okay, I'll show you one more time. Twist a loop into the left side. Put this length of rope on top of the X. Hold that loop in your right hand. Make the loop with your left hand. And put them into each other and pull it tight. Now you can also loop this end of the rope into the loop you just made into what's called a daisy chain. Okay? And as long as you make it like this, this will all come out and release if we needed to release the horse quickly. If you put this end of rope and pull it all the way through, and now it's like this, when you pull it, it's not going to come out, it's just going to make another knot on top of the knot. Okay, so keep that in mind. I want to show you another method of tying a horse that's safely. So if you don't know if your horse is broke to tie, this is one way you can do it that will keep you and the horse safe. It will keep the horse from panicking. You're going to use a snaffle bit like this. They also have rings called blocker tie rings. Basically, you fold the ring towards you. You put this end of the rope on the right side of the mouthpiece and bring the other side. So the rope is going behind the mouthpiece of the bit, just like that. And now you have the horse on an object that will slide. If the horse pulls away, it will keep pressure and tension on the halter, so the horse thinks he's tied, and it will just slowly pull out, so the horse won't hurt himself if he does end up pulling. So he still thinks he's tied here. We can adjust the length of it. If he pulls it out, we can just bring it right back and leave him like that. Okay, put his head on that side. Okay, so a couple of things to consider when you come out to groom the horse is you want to make sure you've given yourself plenty of time to check the horse over for any injuries that he might have gotten out in the pasture. So you're just going to rub your hands basically all over and just observe to see if he has any cuts, scrapes, bumps, things like that. If he has anything significant, you're going to need to let the instructor know so she can evaluate whether or not the horse can be used for that session. So you don't want to be in a hurry. We understand sometimes life happens. You might be running late for your session, but if that's the case, don't worry too much about getting the horse completely clean and spotless. Just get the saddle area cleaned up. Take your time with the grooming. We don't want you to rush through what you're doing with the horse because that's going to create some tension and cause you to not be as relaxed as you could be, and the horse not to be as relaxed. So we want you instead to focus on your technique, the amount of pressure, and how you're brushing him. You're going to be watching the horse for little signs of discomfort or watching for signs that he's really relaxing and enjoying what you're doing. So that really creates a unique bonding experience for you and the horse when you can really focus, be present with the horse, and if you get the privilege of teaching a client how to groom a horse, you can really help the client to focus on their technique as well. So one of the things to make sure of is that you don't engage the client in so much conversation that you start to forget what you're doing, and you forget to pay attention to how much pressure you're using, or you're forgetting to watch what you're doing even. So those are things to consider when you're with the client and you're grooming the horse. And always make sure you and the client stay on the same side of the horse. Okay, so again, it's not so much about getting the horse completely clean. It's more about the experience and offering a relaxing, rewarding treat for the horse for the work that he's about to do. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you in our next video.